so you've been told.
Welcome to the Literature Club, Hallie. I see you've already met our Vice President.
Yep, I'm actually kind of surprised she never mentioned to me before, considering how much she really wanted me to join for days.
I was just trying to keep it a secret so I could surprise everyone when you decide to join. But you really didn't seem convinced enough to actually do it, so I didn't want to bring it up anyway. Wait, so you already knew about this club?
I've heard its high praise a few times already, but I only now decided to check it out.
Hey! How come when she asks you, you finally come by? And when I ask you, it's always maybes or I don't knows.
It's not what you think, really. Like I said, I made my decision today, and that just happened to be the day you weren't around much. Which I'm also curious about. The suspicion doesn't fade from Sayori's eyes, and I really don't know how else to counter it. But I see my savior from the corner of my eye as the third person who I spotted in the room decides to approach the group.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Literature Club. Are you perhaps the one Monica had mentioned about visiting our club?
That's me. Call me strange for noticing how more mature this girl looks than the rest right off the bat. Her approach was rather normal considering the fact I saw her fidgeting in her seat and taking glances at me for the longest time when I walked in. Her voice is really soothing in a way, but what caught my eyes was how tall she is compared to the others. Almost as tall as me.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. I do hope you enjoy your stay.
Happy to be here, and it's nice to meet you too.
Right, we need to give a proper introduction to our new member. This is Yuri. She's exceedingly smart and shares a great passion for literature. But please, Monica, I'm really not as great as you say. Of course you are, Yuri. No one can read a book as good as you do. You even memorize it all in one go. In fact, you're so into reading that you sometimes don't even notice us when we're talking to you.
Hold on. There's another one. This is C if it's American English, but it's an S if it's British English. Oh no. I don't know if this is British mod or not. I haven't seen any other Britishisms.
Sayori.
Huh. What an interesting person. Yuri seems to be the shy kind, so I can't assume she was really just mentally preparing herself to come up and speak to me. That being said, her taking a compliment is a bit of a challenge. Need another A there. Especially when you don't phrase it right. So seeing a proud smile on Sayori's face, I can tell she's completely oblivious to the fact she spouted that compliment with information that I was not meant to hear. I guess I'll just save us from the trouble and embarrassment. It's alright, Yuri. I can really understand what it's like to be in your position. Believe me, I've been caught like that in a few activities myself, to the point someone had to shake me out of it. But the way I see it, if you're really passionate about something, it's obvious you can find yourself lost in it, or for better terms, captivated. This actually is not a proper use of a semicolon, you just want a regular comma there. And for you, it being a good book is really admirable to hear. I don't usually hear something like that so often, so I'd say that you're great for this club.
Thank you.
Hallie. And don't mention it.
Well, that's Yuri, and you already know Sayori. I'm Monica, the president of the club. I made this club to further my goal of sharing the wonders of what literature is and can be to others. As we already discussed before in the library, literature isn't exactly an interesting subject that can grasp much attention.
Interesting.
But I believe that can change with a little effort and expression of those who truly see it for what it is. And with all four of us showing our contribution to it, I have faith in that goal. So I'm really glad to have you on board with this little mission of ours.
Well, damn, that's a speech, alright. Even with how simple and small it was, I could sense a strong aura of determination which managed to get me all fired up about the idea as well. Considering just a few moments ago, I only saw it as a little hobby I wanted to pursue again. Wait, so 4 including me?
Well, no, not yet at least. Our final club member is...
Ugh, Monica!
Monica was suddenly interrupted by an annoyed voice that emitted from the back of the room.
Seriously, a guy? You said nothing about the new member being a guy!
I didn't think that would matter.
Well, it does matter!
Wait, what the hell?
It totally kills the girls' holy atmosphere we have going here!
This girl. She looks and sounds so familiar. That annoying whine and the way she talks.
Oh, come on, it's really not something you should be complaining about. I'm sure you'll get along just fine with the more time you spent.
Yeah, right!
I was laughing there, do you mind? Anyway, this is...
Natsuki?
Wait, how do you know my name?
Nat, it's me. She takes a moment to stop and actually look at me for a brief moment. Her eyes scan me from top to bottom, and once I step a bit closer to her. I could be completely wrong about this, or it really is her. Natsuki is her name, I caught that much, but...
Who?
Not, it's me, Hallie.
Hallie? No, but you're... I...
Natsuki, without so much as a peep, makes a run for it to the door while I'm left here staring at the door. It actually is her. I turn to face the others, who, for obvious reasons, have the look of shock and confusion painted on their faces. I don't have time to explain this. I need to go to her. I have to. Guys, I'm sorry, but I need to...
Wait, Hallie!
Once I rush into the hallway, one word, I snap at both possible directions she could have gone to, and barely catch her heel dart around the corner that leads to the stairs. Natsuki! I continue to yell out to her, and I resume my running. I didn't expect her to be this fast. I already lost sight of her once I rushed down the stairs, but I could only think about where she's trying to go. Through the empty halls, I eventually make it to the lockers where I spot her right at the end, slipping on her shoes. Natsuki, wait! She flinched the second she heard my voice, and I looked back at me with teary eyes. Suddenly, she bolted out the door with just one shoe on as the other flung from her foot. Natsuki, please, just stop and listen to me!
No, you stop! Get away from me!
Halfway through the courtyard, she stopped in front of the path to the fountain and turned to me with rage beaming through her tears. One word. 2 words. Her words were broken and near messy when she spoke, and they stabbed through me way stronger than I could already handle. I know you're mad, but please just listen to me.
Mad? Mad? You think you can label all those years I waited for you as me being mad? I'm heartbroken, betrayed, lied to, left alone by the only person I ever called a friend when he promised we would never. When we...
For a few seconds, Natsuki freezes multiple places, as she stares at me with a deep gaze. I can almost see her pupils shaking, but her eyes soon glistened with more tears welling up in place.
I waited for you, every day. 2 words. You were just gone without a single trace or goodbye. Every day, I sat there on the swing and stared at the gate, waiting for your car to show up. To see you step out with a new book or want a bike that I let you borrow. Every day, I put my lunchbox on your seat in class so no one would take it, thinking you were just late. I waited for you outside during break under the tree we sat at, hoping you'd just show up. I didn't even care about how we had to be back anymore. I just wanted you to.
How you would be back? What?
He might just be sick, I said. He's probably slept in today, I said. But you never came. I kept lying to myself for months. Years. I gave up, Hallie. I gave up on you.
I was really just speechless. I prepared myself for every emotion, every outburst or reaction that I expected to come my way, and yet... I'm standing here completely defeated, tears dripping from the tip of my chin and my heart aching as if it's being stepped on. I have so much to say, so much to tell her, but I couldn't say anything, while every fiber of my being is screaming that I do.
And now, you show up! When I finally managed to move on, you show up and...
I had no choice, okay? Do you think I ever had any control over my life? You knew how Dad was. You knew I couldn't do anything about him. He made us move because of his stupid job, and I had no choice other than to deal with it. You never let me come over to your house. We didn't have phones or a way to exchange contacts. I had no way to tell you about it. None! I was given one night to pack up. We were gone the next day. I was just forced to leave you, and I had to live with that for days, weeks, months, 5 whole years. But I knew I had to. I had to come back so I could see you and tell you that I'm... With tears still rolling down my cheeks, words that I've been holding with me for what felt like an eternity, I finally tell her what I've been wanting to say all this time. I'm sorry, Natsuki. I'm so sorry. You have every right to feel the way you do about me, but please, please know that I never meant any of this to happen. I never wanted to leave you like that. Just like you. To me, you were my only friend. Why would I ever want to let that go? I fought and yelled at Dad for days until he started. I came back to find you because you deserved to know what really happened. And that I'm here to fix things, to make them right. You're still my friend, and you always have been, even if you don't see it that way anymore.
I don't know if I can believe that right now.
You don't have to. I'll do my best to prove it and show that I really mean everything. But for now, maybe for a little bit, just for a second, let me hug you. Without another word, Natsuki runs into my arms. I wasn't even expecting a yes, so I could be the one to do it, and she just burnt through my expectations in one move. I could feel my body crumbling in this moment, with all the emotions flooding through. My arms kept their strength and more as I held Natsuki tightly, like she'd fade away if I let go. We stand there for who knows how long. Her crying was barely audible to me anymore, but I could feel the hiccups and sobs on my chest. Eventually, even that comes to a stop. I felt her hands curled up between our chests as if she was cocooning herself in my hold. Although I was the one who was actually hugging, she decides to change that by pulling her hands out and locking them around me. I guess she finally calmed down. And she isn't the only one. It took a few breaths, but I came to notice how fast my heart was beating, but for what reason I couldn't tell. Was it because of the running, my yelling, or the feeling of joy, relief, happiness? Completion? I don't think I have the energy to figure that out right now. All I know is that I found the one person I was looking for and I got to talk to her. Even if it feels like making amends will be a difficult task, I'll do my best to make it up to her. She feels so small in my arms. I can't tell how I'm supposed to be holding her, but it's as if she's completely sank into me. Oh, hold on. Gotta interrupt this heartfelt moment. Completely. After some time, I feel Natsuki's grip weaken, which gave me the hint that I should let go too.
How long have you been back for?
Almost a week, I'd say.
Jeez, how did we not run into each other even once?
Heh, I have no idea. I honestly didn't even know you were in this school. Or here at all. It's kind of weird how I almost didn't recognize you.
Speak for yourself. I can still barely recognize you. But you really have that dumb look in your eyes whenever you're sad or being wimpy.
Wimpy? Oh wait, no, that's right. For some reason I thought wimpy didn't have an H. Where the hell did that come from? Well, since we're on that topic, what the hell happened to you?
What? Well, what do you mean?
What's up with all the pink and your eyes? And why are you still as tall as the last time we met?
What?
Well, what do you expect me to say? You were literally this tall when you were 11.
I'm not short. You're just huge.
You're literally the same height as Hiroshi now.
Hey, Hiroshi was 5'1".
What? Since when?
Volume 3, Chapter 6, page 33. During the first PE class of their year, her height was specifically told to be 5'1" when the teacher was taught her taking measurements.
Holy shit. You're still a complete geek.
Ah! It's called good memory, you jerk!
Yeah, but we read that manga years ago. There's no way I could remember something that specific.
Well, you obviously aren't the expert I trained you to be anymore.
The two of us suddenly burst into laughter after a quick moment of silence. It lasted a total of 40 seconds before Natsuki calmed down and held onto her stomach. That's a long time to be laughing. I really missed you, Not.
I missed you too, dummy. But for real, how did you even find me by chance?
I don't know, really. I guess words are being said. I don't want any text boxes. I guess I have Sayori to thank for that, since she was the one who introduced me to the idea of joining the club.
The club?
Oh boy. How the hell are we going to explain this to the others? I really hope this doesn't get me kicked out on my first day, but we'd need to come up with something to at least disclose any panic about Natsuki's well-being, considering she ran away crying because of me. Well-being is one word. Also, just tell them your childhood friends you're reunited. After a little while, Natsuki and I head back into the main building, still talking about the pasts as we went on. Even though we still didn't have a plan on how to face the others. This, once again, combined sentences. But even if we did have time to think about it, I doubt I'd still come up with something considering my thoughts are all over the place because of everything that happened today. The events of today occurred so fast, yet in reality the two of us spent half an hour outside, which I assume meant I ate up most of the club time. Once we reached the clubroom door, I turned to Natsuki and offered her to go first.
Hey, why me?
They're your club members, you know them better than I do. There's no way I can take their questions. I'd get eaten alive. Natsuki sighs, then peeks through the window on the door, standing on the tips of her toes to do so.
Alright, just let me do most of the talking.
Natsuki and I enter the clubroom and receive exactly what we expected.
Natsuki, Hallie! What happened? Are you okay? Oh, you're back.
I may not be the smartest person, but I can tell Monika's eyes are screaming the phrase, "What the hell just happened?" and it's getting louder by the second. Alright, this is going to sound a bit complicated, but
It's something rather personal. I was talking, Monica. I don't know if either of us want to talk about it, but I can tell you that everything is fine now.
I'm sorry, Natsuki, but I'm afraid we'll need more than that.
What? I just said it's fine.
This may come off as a bit rude, and I'm sorry if I offend you, Hallie, but I simply can't take in "it's fine" from a club member of mine who just bursted into tears and ran away.
burst. It's already past tense. Don't need the ED.
I would want to know at least a bit about the situation to not assume that you're under a threat from this boy, and worry that I'm openly keeping you in harm's way by having him stay.
Wait. No, yeah, it's possessive. It needs apostrophe.
So I'd like for you to give me a bit of background, otherwise I cannot allow Hallie to stay in this club.
Comma. This doesn't flow naturally on its own. Nath, it's fine. Just tell them already. It's not like that we can deny the fact that Monika has a point. I'm just really surprised about how observant and cautious she is, and she really knows how to formulate an interrogation without dents or hiccups. And I too think it's best to get this over with now than to leave crumbs for them to pick on the daily. That also just depends on how much we'd like to share.
That is rather unexpected.
You guys are best friends? A keyword were.
Ow. Well, I can't say anything in regards to that. We may have had our laughs back there, but it was all in the rush of emotions. I still have a ways to go to get her trust back.
Oh, I assumed that both of you would come to some sort of reconciliation, or reconciliation when you were outside.
Huh? I mean, kinda. How do you know about that?
Well, when the two of you left the room, Monika suggested we leave it be for now and return to our own activities. Oh, while I returned to my book, I looked out the window to see both of you hugging. For a very long time.
Wait, you saw? Oh, you guys did make up. No, they didn't.
Wait, if she just saw us out there, wouldn't that mean the other clubs could have too? I mean, it's a public square, man. What do you expect?
I'm gonna...
Natsuki shimmies away to the back of the room where I see her slip into the closet and close the doors behind her. Sayori remains unfazed and giggles at her expense, while Yuri does a good job at suppressing hers. Suppressing is two P's in it. Although it isn't only her embarrassment to bear. 2 R's in embarrassment. You spelled it right earlier. Also, you don't need an apostrophe whenever it's like this. You can just drop that one. That one's fine. That one says her is. I can feel my cheeks warm up at the thought of being watched by 100 eyes while I had an emotional breakdown out in the open. I decide to avoid the topic and quickly turn to the only question I had in mind. Does she always hang back there? Why did Monika pop forward for that? I didn't even notice her in the room when I first walked in either.
Yes, actually. She usually stays near the closet since that's where she keeps all of her own books.
Well, that was a weird emphasis. I don't think I should interrogate any further. It's not like I can, since the person in question has locked herself in the defensive.
Anyway, I think it's about time we wrap things up. We only have a few minutes left and it appears we haven't got much done today.
Sorry about that.
It's alright. For now, all I need you to do is fill in a few things on the members list and you'll officially be part of the literature club.
Yay!
I mean, more fun than it already has been in here. Good save, Sayori. Now, Hallie, if you could please follow me and fill in your name. The rest of you can start packing up. And do you mind telling Natsuki that?